Hi, everybody. How are you today? Ooh, we have a lot to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about just how dirty and nasty this is going to get good, people. Really, really good. Kroy and Kim's divorce is getting. We're going to talk about Atlanta's ratings, and then we're going to talk about Sheree blaming editors, okay, for her behavior. Okay, it happens every year, every single year. It happens that year. Um, but first, I wanted to say this. So I've already been on earlier today. I was on members only, and I'm really liking it. I'm falling in love with members only. I actually got to sit with a group of people, and we went through stories. They were giving me bits and pieces. I'm liking that. I'm wondering if I should do that every morning. I really, really like it. Um, so I'm waiting for Freddie to come. So why don't we go ahead and get started with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Ooh, and Freddie and Carrie. Okay, we don't know where these people are. But Freddie's on his way, he said, and he's the one that gave me the story. But let's go back to, and I just want to find a picture really quick because that's what I do about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta ratings came in. Okay, people, I am blown away. Okay, soared 805,000 from 657 last week to that's more than a boost. That's unbelievable. That is a surge, a spike. Now it's very confusing because at least the people that I know talk to, everyone said it was boring as hell. So I don't know what happened, but they came through. You have to give credit where credit is due. Uh, I'm still not liking it. Not to be mean or anything. That's just my opinion. Um, I can't believe it's that high. That is a respectable number. It's not where they want it to be, but it's respectable, and you're getting out of being canceled zone. Maybe, yeah, and they're saying that last week was so low because it was Memorial Day weekend. I don't know. Here's my Freddie. Hold on, guys. Hi,
I'm
Freddie.
sorry for being
Oh, you're
late.
so good. I'm just thankful that you came. I'm sorry it took me so long to read your text, but this is so good. But I have to finish this really quick about Atlanta. And then, so yesterday's ratings came in, Freddie, for RHOA, and they surged 105,000 from 657 to 100. But everybody I talked to, they don't like it. So I don't know what's going on. Did you get to see it this weekend, Freddie?
I haven't watched all of it, but I mean, it was so rubbish. I mean, I don't think I'm missing out, quite frankly. I can read about it and get as good of information.
It's really horrible. It was really, really bad. No one had a storyline last week except for Candy. And this is a repeated storyline. Mama Joyce beating up on Todd. How much more can we talk about that? So it is what it is. Also, I wanted to talk about Sheree really quick. Sheree's going, so we all seen Sheree kick Kenya's door at the hotel. She's saying that she did not.
So Marlo was kicking the door.
She says she didn't do it, and it was they edited the editors to make it look like she kicked the door.
Oh wow! Come on now. I mean,
Perry, I don't know. Freddie, can you see Perry's avatar? It's like a
Yeah,
blue.
I see Perry's avatar.
Okay,
well, yeah.
maybe
I
you
mean,
should.
I don't know what's going on. I'm outside though, but like Freddie said, yeah, it's so rubbish, and it had me screaming till
You
the bloody
can't.
moon came
That's
up.
Freddie's. That's Freddie's word. Rubbish.
I
I
know.
don't mind.
I'm trying to polish up on my English.
No, it's bloody bad. I'm gonna act like I'm English for a day. It's. Can I say bloody wanker?
It's a,
Wankers when you're talking someone is one. Like Candy's a wanker.
No, the show's really bad. If they can save the show, congratulations, because that saves jobs. You guys know I know people on production, and I did get an email this morning. You guys were in my members only from somebody that works there saying they're going to look for other jobs. Anyway, they're all worried about their jobs. So It's just a mess. So I'm just gonna tell you the news, and I don't even know. I didn't like it. Freddie, you got people crushing on you again.
Oh, it's fun.
All right, but I did this video to talk to Freddie. So you sent me an email. So earlier today, there's a couple things coming in about Kim and Kroy. But first, let's talk about. I got this from my members only. Thank you, Schmoopy. I really appreciate the tip. People are saying that Kim Zolciak is on Ozempic, and she's about as small as Kyle, if not worse. Let me see if I can put these.
Oh,
pictures up.
I've seen the pictures from Kim's Instagram story. I'd argue that Kim is smaller than Kyle. I mean, she's either that or she's not eating, probably because she can't really afford to buy food.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Freddie, she's thin because she can't afford the food. It's really bad. Look at her waist. Let me see if I can see these. Oh, is this what you've seen, Freddie?
Yeah, I've seen that, and just generally on her Instagram, if you look at her stories, Kim is not naturally built like that. She's not a naturally really skinny girl,
Right.
and yet the fact that she's suddenly gone like it's a bit like Kim and Khloe Kardashian. They are not naturally thin girls, but mysteriously their curves suddenly disappeared and they become these pencil thin women. It's just like, yeah. How does that happen?
There's a good look. Look at her arms. Every housewife, I can't think of a single fat housewife anymore. No housewife is even normal. They're all
Who
getting
is this a picture of?
I'm sorry.
Who is this picture of? Who
That's
in the picture?
Kim in the pink, and it says some party she had.
I didn't even recognize her. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you think she looked cool?
She looked awfully thin. No, there's nothing wrong about being thin, but from what she was.
What she was, that's what Freddie's saying.
Like a totally different person, you know. But it could be that Ozempic or whatever, or it could be her going through gambling withdrawals. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it does something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you stop eating, you just want to hit the slot machine and the hell with the cheeseburger, you know.
Well, it's just a thing that it's just swept through Hollywood, but especially the housewives. I don't think any of them are overweight, chubby, have any curves. They're all going to be pencil thin. And I mean, it is what it is. What are your thoughts, Freddie, on everybody? I mean, can you think of a fat housewife?
Sorry?
Can you think of a fat housewife?
Well, Emily Simpson from Orange County.
She might be thin next year too.
She's lost a bit of weight, but she's now a normal weight rather than being overweight now.
And then maybe Marge from New Jersey or
Marge is
okay. Well, I mean, to me, I can't remember how she looked. I'm just trying to.
Well,
remember.
no, she's on Ozempic also.
How about the Heather chick from Utah? Was it Heather? Is one of
them.
Oh, Heather Gay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's a big gal naturally, but I mean, she could start doing it potentially. I mean, so far out of these housewives, Dolores Catania's the only one that's admitted that she is using it.
Damn.
But I don't see these vain types like Melissa Gorga ever admitting that they're using some form of weight loss injection to.
Hey, Mark, I'm so glad you can join us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Yeah, this is the dream team right here. This is the dream team. So I talked about last week, Mark, how Alana's number soared to 805,000.
I don't know.
No, I can't think of a single person that liked the episode, but they're definitely watching. I also talked to someone behind the scenes that works in production, says that everyone is still scared for their jobs.
They should be.
Yeah, she said they're really scared.
And then with Atlanta, actually, there was then talk of rumors on Instagram from production sources saying that because the views are going down, that they're potentially looking at either getting rid of Kenya Moore or Candy Burruss.
I heard that. Now they're throwing Kenya's name in the mix.
Yeah.
Well,
Kenya's name in. I personally, I definitely choose Candy any day over the week over Kenya. Personally,
why would they get rid of? Freddie, is Kenya the second highest paid on that show?
Yes.
Oh, it's a money thing.
And I think maybe, I reckon what will happen is they won't get rid of both of them at the same time, because you're getting rid of two of the most known characters in a oneer, which I don't believe the execs and Andy will want to do. I think they'll separate it out. So at the end of this season, if these views don't pick up, they'll either get rid of Candy or Kenya first. Then they'll wait a season or two and get rid of the next one.
Right. But I mean, like you said, those are two better knowns, but nobody want to know them the way the ratings been looking. Like, these shows have been dreadfully bad.
Perry, you have to give them credit. They soared in numbers this week. To go, well, that's almost 250,000. That's
Sharrell, why? I'm telling you, like, when you hear a rumor, oh man, it's gonna be a race, man, and it's gonna be a big crash. Everybody tune in for the crash. Everybody tuned into that show Sunday night for the train wreck.
Mark, what are your thoughts on the ratings jumping that high? Can you hear me, Mark?
I'm sorry, I went out. What did you say, Sheree?
What are your thoughts on the ratings dropping that high? I mean, jumping that high, yeah.
I think that everyone did tune in to see the mess probably with Kenya and Marlo, because it had left off on a kind of a to be continued. But the problem is Marlo doesn't have any other way to interact with these girls. They've always had conflict, and Marlo needs to understand you're in a different role now. You're not a friend of. You can't afford to go through this like this. You can't afford to go through this with these girls like this. You know, you are a peach holder now. But when I say that, on the other hand, I gotta really say that Kenya and Candy are not stepping up to the plate. Marlo is trying as best as she can to make something happen, and they just won't engage. So their job should be on the line. They should get fired. They're not rising to the occasion. Sheree is stupid. She'll play stupid over there like she normally does. But, you know, we don't need to see Candy and Mama Joyce talking about this. I can't listen to it no more.
Yeah.
I go back to the views where you said, you know, there's been a jump this week. This is what Bravo are doing to distract us. Okay, yes, so far we've had 748,500 viewers is their average. But what they're not wanting to talk about is that last season's average was 950,000. So actually, if you look at it as a whole, it is a bad drop from what we're seeing. And actually, last week's only got something like high 500,000s.
So really, that means definitely, Freddie, for the long term, they're thinking about money and pay cuts. And because their ad revenue dropped, so they're not making the money on the show that they used to. So they got a lot going on over there.
Like with any business, if you're not bringing in the big money, you know, you're going to be getting rid of things like big spending holidays, company cars, etc. They've got to crack down on the talent and the high paid people, because they can't justify that spending anymore with these views. I mean, and compare it to the highs of Real Housewives of Atlanta, where they were getting, you know, some of those, they were getting like 4 million.
4 million.
I mean, with Beverly Hills, their average was like 1.2 million views last season. So these are all factors that Bravo and NBC consider.
Brian says, do you think they will have to find a new way to rate the shows? I don't have cable and only use Peacock. Traditional TV is dying. I love this panel. Thank you, Brian. I love this panel. I'm calling us the dream team. Freddie, what do you think about the ratings? That's a big jump. Do you think they started a new way of rating? That's a huge, I have not heard of a jump like that. I mean, but it was the holidays.
Yeah. I mean, I do get what Brian is saying, is that the way that we watch TV has changed. Obviously, for someone like myself who lives in the UK, I'm not watching it live with you and Perry, for example, because I'm asleep when that's happening and I don't have whatever the channel you use is. I use an online streaming service called Hey You, which is owned by NBC and has all the Bravo shows, all the E shows on there. So I stream it through that, as does everyone from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. So that's how I do that. But yeah, online Peacock is becoming popular, but that's how people are watching Housewives. But even streaming, which yes doesn't account for live views, they're still not getting the ratings that they're wanting, even with streaming. So I do think live views, it is showing. And even if we didn't have people live views or whatever, all they need to do is look on Twitter and Instagram to see that people are bored of the show. And with all the repeat storylines, Candy's husband being bored.
Don't even bring it up.
Tanya's freeloading family as well. Tell your brother-in-law to get a job and stop being so lazy.
Listen, they got a big thing on their hands. They gotta, make people more interested, keep bringing up the ratings, but let's not underestimate them. Let's give them a chance. They might pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, Sheree, let me say this
I don't know how.
And I agree with Brian. I agree with Brian saying like it's other ways. Maybe they get to measure it a different way, right? But people aren't just streaming and watching on other, networks, reality TV. It's certain shows still making numbers.
Oh, that's true.
And let's not act like people only start streaming this season, right? It's been going on for a couple of years now, right? And I think the show is just dropping naturally because the storylines are flat. It's not giving a damn thing, right? The show is not giving anything. And if you want headliners pay, you need to be headlining.
Here, you sound angry. What's going on over there?
Well, only no. I mean, because you know what? 'Cause a lot of people want to have faith in something, but sometimes you got to know when to jump off the sinking ship. And I'm already on a life raft.
Yeah, I have put out the SOS. I have put out the SOS signs. I have a helicopter coming to take me out of this piece. I'm waving goodbye with jazz hands. I gotta go. I have to go. They need to bring back Lenithia. Hate her or love her. People tuned in to hate her. People tuned in to love her. They need to bring back the hoe of Thoughtlandia, Portia. You need to bring these people back. They are interesting. They have things going on in their world. We didn't miss a hell of a lot with Lenithia. We didn't miss the lawsuit because shit, you could be on Bravo talking about that. I'm okay with that. We didn't miss the lawsuit. We didn't miss Portia's wedding.
I know,
but Mark
and Nene, we have not seen them together in a long time.
But I didn't just ask Mark one thing. Can you just do me a favor? I agree with everything you said, but can you just drop the HO in front of Portia's name?
I cannot. You don't even have to finish the story. I cannot. I told y'all she went up over there and shook her ass in front of that woman's husband. I done told y'all she went in there empty-handed and came out with Simon on her wrist. I'm telling you, that's what she did. Portia is a hoe. A hoe is a hoe.
All right, let's get to the real story here, and the reason why I came on today, Freddie. You've been hearing in the chat in the streets about Kroy being ruthless to Kim. I think it was reported earlier today that he locked her out of a website that they use called Biermann's Closet.
Locked her out of company bank accounts as well, allegedly. They've had a few bust-ups where the police have been called. Obviously, they had that whole thing where he called the police because she was trying to be going into his bathroom and stuff like that. Apparently, she hit him in the head or something like that.
We did that. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
but you sent me an email. You sent me an email about Kroy hiding money.
Yes, there was. Kroy is allegedly, and this is allegedly why he's locked Kim out of these businesses. because he's trying to find ways of how he can siphon off the last of this money that he can have. But I don't think this is going to work for him based on the fact that they owe a lot of people as it is. I mean, you owe taxes. I mean, your house is about to be taken and things like that. When you've got that amount of debt, you're going to have lawyers, judges, and etc. looking at
Freddie,
where this money's going, because they're going to want to recoup every single penny.
So what would be his reason for hiding money?
Because he wants to have as much as he can. Obviously, he doesn't want Kim to be getting her hands on it.
Newsflash, Kroy, you owe money.
Okay, let me say this, Sharrell, because Freddie ain't gonna answer you direct with that shit, right? The whole thing is this: when you dealing with a druggie, you lock the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
So he has to hide this money from the gambler.
Yeah,
that
is a good way of seeing it. Yeah.
Maybe he's hiding it so he could pay people back. I mean, if Kim is as bad as they say she is, I mean, my God, the man is painting her out to be a monster. He should call Mark and give Mark tips. This is crazy. I didn't know Kroy had it in him.
He's being very ruthless, Freddie. What is happening to Kroy? Why is he so ruthless with this? I don't understand.
I mean, Kroy, I mean, I think he's being ruthless based on the fact that, as Perry said, Kim can't be trusted with this money. And I think he probably does maybe want to pay people, but I think at the same time, he wants to get what he can. And their relationship is not in a good state. I mean, that obviously we talked about that police incident the other day, that apparently there have been a couple of other incidences similar to this. And he wants his revenge on her for spending all his money.
He's mad. He's mad. That makes sense.
Yeah, okay. No, he's mad. He's mad, Sheree. Look,
he's mad.
The whole thing is this. He's very mad. I mean, you losing your money to this woman, and then you losing your woman to her side pieces. Like, he got to start standing up and protecting her.
What side pieces are you talking about, Perry?
You know,
Big Papa and the other man at the cigar lounge. Shit. We all know. Shit. The motherfuckers who go up in there to the strip club and put 10 on it. Kim knows what's up, and now Kroy does too.
Because trust me, I mean, when Kim go to that casino, she ain't just gambling. I'm just saying.
I guarantee you, she is all.
You
up
said
in
that
them
Kim
VIP
put 10
sections.
on it.
I'm telling you, she goes to these casinos. She meets these men. Kim knows how to work. She gonna go and she gonna spot out the high rollers in these casinos. That's what she's doing. Kim is doing a lot more. I guarantee she's losing her money and a few other people's money, and she's gonna have to make it up outside on her back and occasionally on her knees. I'm not gonna take it back, okay? It is what it is.
I mean,
hold on. Mark, you think Kim went back to her old profession of getting sugar daddies?
Tricking.
Right, exactly. She just using a different setting. It's not the strip club. It's the high rollers table at the casino.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, Kim got tired of being at the house looking at Kroy. I bet you she was telling her, look at this motherfucker. He ain't doing shit. He ain't working. He ain't bringing in shit. I got to support this whole damn household. I guarantee that's what she is saying.
Right. Maybe she's sharing Erica's man, Jim Wilkes, at the Vegas.
At this point, I don't put it past her, but Kim got tired of Kroy. She got tired of Kroy walking around packing these damn orders, which she could do, or she could have Sweetie do. She got tired of looking at this motherfucker walk around the house, brushing wigs and shit and styling. She got tired of it. When are you gonna go to work? I need a check. And he wasn't doing it. Right. And Kim went back to her old ways. Kim is tricking at that casino. Tricking at that casino. She's going, and I guarantee you, I don't know if she at the VIP or outside of the parking lot. Kim is making money on her back and on her knees. I'm telling you now, mark my words.
And trust me, I will give her credit. She's not in the parking lot. She's up in that high rise. And she go to that high rollers table like we spoke of, and I'm telling you, it's a reason why she come home looking at him all deranged and shit.
Yeah. How would he? How is
with
he
her.
locking up all of her stuff in the safe like that? Because she wasn't home. Kim is out there trying to make money moves. I'm telling you now, Kim is out there.
Oh
And she's
my
at the high roller
God.
tables and the
That's
VIP upstairs. But I don't put it past her that she'll go outside and through the back door and in the parking lot. I don't put it past her. She got to
The other
provide for
thing
them
that
kids.
we do need to consider as well is that, yeah, with that type of stuff, Kim can make money. And then with TV, Kim can make more money. It's already being rumored. Bravo wants her on the next Ultimate Girls trip. Potentially, if Atlanta goes so crap, they might want someone so messy and unhinged like Kim to be.
Wait,
back
hold on, Freddie.
Actually,
You heard she's going to be on the Ultimate Girls trip?
apparently, there's a lot of talk that they do want her on the next Ultimate.
And you know what?
knew
At
it.
this point, to save Real Housewives of Atlanta, they need to have her on the Ultimate Girls trip. Kim needs to hook and do everything she needs to do in that casino to get her money game up right. Because you can't come on these shows and have people talking about you now. So she needs to do that, get her money up, appear on this Ultimate Girls trip, and then she needs to take her ass to Real Housewives of Atlanta next year, and she needs to let everybody know I'm the baddest motherfucking bitch in here, and I am the new girl in charge. Okay, who's running the girls?
But this is why Kroy is trying to hide money, because at the end of the day, he was a pretty crap American football player. So it's not like he's getting a job as a pundit or something like that, talking about American football. All he's known to be good at is brushing Kim's wigs. I mean, at best, he'll probably get a job working at the gas station or at the local Walmart. So if he does have any money left, what he needs to do is be hiding it and trying to pay that and leave Kim with nothing, because he knows that she'll get a check from hanging out in casinos, sleeping with people, and getting reality TV.
Yeah, he went from playing football.
This is where Kroy gets.
Go ahead.
This is what Kroy gets. His family told him not to fuck with her, and he did it anyway. And he didn't listen. He knows Kim is a major responsibility. You can look at her. She got 2 kids, 2 different fathers. She is a major responsibility. And he went over there and started playing with that snow bunny and stopped working. And Kim cannot allow that.
Right. That man don't lost his family, his cash, and his woman.
Sure did. And now she's somewhere rolling around in filthy cards at the casino. I'm telling you now. That's where she is. Sharrell, Kim has to do this. She has to do this. She has to end on top.
This is my favorite show. I don't know what happened. You guys know how to drag. We are encouraging the audience to drag. This is lit. This is fun. Oh my gosh, she's on her.
She needs to do that, and then she needs to get her ass back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because my God.
And just like Mark said, when she met him, he had cash. He was an athlete. He went from a pro football player to a makeup artist and broke. She ain't got time for that shit. Kim got to go.
I'm telling you.
It's a mess. It's a mess. So what do we think, Freddie, about this divorce? Is it going to end up, in your feelings, we don't know exactly, end up on television?
If it's Kim's way, most definitely will it end. Will it be on television? Will it be us seeing both Kim and Kroy? I don't believe it will be both of them. We'll be hearing it from Kim's perspective and the daughter's perspective mainly. I suspect that will be Real House on, if she does make a return to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because quite frankly, I don't think this divorce is going to get settled quickly. I think this divorce, and Kim, I think, will deliberately drag this divorce out for as long as she can, because she knows she can make cash out of it, as can Kroy. They'll do exclusives, get TV. They won't get a spin-off because they've already been given that opportunity and they didn't make it work. So, but yeah, Kim will cash in on it as much as she can.
Why are they still living in the same house? Why are they living in the same house?
Well, not for long they won't. When they get divorced, that house is going to be having to get sold anyway. They've got a lien on it. Even if they didn't, they'd need it to split whatever remaining cash. If they do have remaining cash anywhere in that house, that money will go to be separated probably equally unless there is a prenup. But I don't believe they ever did get a prenup in this marriage. So it would go 50-50 to Kim and Kroy if there is remaining money. And then, I don't know, they'd have to buy some shithole probably somewhere.
But if
I don't know.
if the damn divorce linger on for a long time, they'll
Yeah.
be forced to leave the house. They'll be both forced to live on the street.
And those legal bills aren't cheap. Legal bills aren't cheap. I don't know if they've got any decent lawyers, but I mean, if it goes on for long, they'll be racking up legal bills.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, just to close it out, we're not going to take any calls today. You guys are. I love you guys.
I can't believe he married her without a prenup. That's insane. That's insane.
It is insane.
Why
Isn't that his
why did
fault,
Kroy do
Freddie?
this?
No, I mean, Kroy's I mean, for Kim, it was great news because Kroy was the one that had the money then. You know, but for Kroy now, it's shit that he didn't have a prenup. I mean, she spent all his money, mugged him off, and now he's got nothing. He's got no family, no wife.
Yeah,
telling you, Kim looked at him as a trick. Kim looked at him as an easy mark.
And exactly, that's what he ended up being a trick.
Okay, Carrie, I'm going to ask you. Carrie, I'm going to ask you a serious question.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Kim seems to be getting money from somebody because they keep saving the houses.
Obviously, yeah.
Very seriously, do you think it's a sugar daddy or do you think it's Andy Cohen?
Well, you know what though? No. It's not Andy Cohen. Let's keep it real. This gambling habit come with perks, because when she ended up losing her money, she next to somebody that's winning money. And at these tables, Kim, in my opinion, is doing the same thing she did when she left the strip club, but she only doing it at the casino when they leave the table.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It is. It's absolute. It's absolutely the truth.
And can I add, the other thing is she sort of has to go around and be with different people. She can't exclusively have an exclusive older sugar daddy because she's got so many children. Most men that are that old and have that type of money don't want the baggage. They don't want the baggage of like 6 children or whatever the hell.
That's true. That's true, Freddie. Right, but see, that's the thing. You got this married man at the high rollers table, wife and kids at home. He's willing to pay for the extra.
Y'all are messy.
Which is Kim, right? That's what's going on. Look, let's not be naive to this whole situation. Kim knows she's gonna make it. That's why I told you a week or two ago when I was at next year, she's gonna be way richer than Kroy.
She absolutely is.
He was a simple Simon, and like Mark said, he was simply a trick.
He was a trick. She tricked him out. She absolutely tricked him out. Kim is there. I don't even think y'all know she only really date white man, but I think Kim is taking applications from everybody. I think Kim got an African probably on her hand. I think Kim got a Muslim. She cannot afford to turn anyone away. She has to get to the bag and get to the money. And the reason that her house came out of foreclosure, Kim went to that casino and made it happen. Okay? And told Kroy, your ass ain't bringing in no money. I'm going to go and make the shit happen.
I want to really good point though, because with Kim, actually, I did notice when she went to Portia Galbardier's wedding, she didn't go with Kroy. She went with a friend of hers. And
she did. That's true.
She claimed that, Kroy couldn't come because she didn't have a babysitter. I just don't believe that. Maybe Kim and this friend were trying to get pimped out by one of Simon's actual...
I'm telling you, Kim went there and she made some money that weekend. That's what happened. She said, I'm going to this wedding. Let me look, because, sugar babies and stuff, they got apps and websites. Let me look and see who's in town this weekend. She made money that weekend when she went out to Portland.
All right, really quickly, Freddie, I have 2 minutes. I hear that Kathy Hilton isn't coming back because she wanted more money. Is that true?
It was a couple of things with Kathy Hilton. She wanted more money. And this was she sort of was like, maybe I want to come back a few episodes in as it was. But actually, money was not the main driver that caused Kathy Hilton not to return. It's to do with Kyle. She doesn't feel that Kyle has taken any form of accountability. And they've not spoken properly since. Now, Kyle's attitude is, well, I've sort of taken accountability because I haven't spoken to Lisa Rinna since the reunion. But it's like, Kyle, you've not apologized that you chucked your sister under the bus and made her look bad. You owe her an apology. And Kyle's obviously not going to do that. So Kathy thought, I'm not going to come back. And Kathy didn't really want to film with Erica Jane either. So that was another small factor there, actually.
Oh my God, this is so good. She's still mad at Kyle. Do you see?
And she should be.
Well, hold on. Do you see that relationship repairing itself?
I mean, it could do. I mean, instead of Kathy, Kim's coming back. Allegedly, Kim's going to be a friend of the show this season. So maybe now Kyle and Kim are close again. Kim's going to find a way to try and bring these three back together. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Kathy's pretty stubborn in her ways. Kyle likes throwing people under the bus and doesn't know how to take any form of accountability in her life. And I think it's sort of a bit of a let's fake it for Hollywood, we get on. I think they both genuinely really don't like each other. Because of their mum, Big Kathy, pitted these girls against each other. So they were never made to feel like to have a sibling bond. It was,
oh, wow,
like Kathy and Kyle, your competitors, like Kim and Aaron, your competitors type of thing. So this is why they have this, particularly now, Kathy and Kyle, both their husbands own, estate agencies. Well, Rick actually sold his share of Hilton and Highland and is creating his own estate agency that's going to be called Hilton and Hilton, with his son Baron, I think it is, and Mauricio owns the agency. So with that, it's all competition there, and they hate each other. That's yeah.
All right, really quickly, Mark, what are your thoughts on what Freddie just said? Wow,
I think that is crazy. I think that Kathy decided they're in such rivals. Not only can I come to your show and be the star of your show and make it look easy and not do much, I could demand more money. And then when I don't get my way, I don't even care. I get you to turn on the arch nemesis and I get out Rinna, who I wanted to. Now you need to stand on your own, sis. Bye. I came and upstaged you on your show and I left on my own terms. Bye.
Perry, you said bye. Perry, what are your thoughts on what Freddie just said?
Just real quick. They'll never repair that relationship. It's deeper. Like Freddie said, the mama didn't build, a union. She set them up to be enemies, right? And Kyle is tired of being the second fiddle, right? Now, she's going through her own things, and she's so jealous of her sister. She got fame, she got money, and she got a cheating, and Kyle got a cheating husband. So she ain't really happy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Thanks, Freddie.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we will reconvene as soon as more new Housewives news come in. Freddie, thank you, Mark. Oh my God, you are crazy.
I wasn't messy today.
No, but you were funny. Everybody's funny. You, Perry, Freddie, I can't take it. Have you guys noticed I don't have to say anything? My job is to laugh. It's funny. It's really good news. I will keep an eye on this. This is the new hottest story, Kim and Kroy. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. And then, we'll give you snippets of Atlanta, but I just can't watch it. But maybe they will recover. We will see.
It seems to be on Housewives. It's what's not happening on the show that are the big stories. Like now, since New Jersey's finished, that the big story is who's going to return to that. Is it going to be Teresa? Is it going to be Melissa? Were Melissa and Joe Gorga the ones that got Teresa and Juicy into prison and things like that? Juicy's done an interview recently saying that he believes that Melissa and Joe were the people behind this and stuff like that. Again, like New Jersey was pretty boring, but if we had this drama in New Jersey...
Wait a minute, hold on, Freddie. I gotta stretch this out 5 minutes, and then I gotta go. Joe Giudice thinks that Melissa and Joe turned him
and Teresa in, yes.
And he's living proof that God takes care of dumbasses. Because Joe is a dumbass.
And I can believe it. Because
okay, if you had to guess really quickly, let's go around the panel. Who is Andy gonna get rid of, Melissa or Teresa? Starting with you, Freddie, really quick.
Oh, this is a hard one. Both are liars. Both have very untrustworthy husbands. At the end of the day, I personally think that they should be getting rid of Melissa. Teresa's known for New Jersey. It is her show. She's the main face of it. And Melissa's storyline has constantly been Teresa, whereas Teresa's had a lot of different stuff that's gone on the show, and she's been more open about her life. So for that reason, it would be Teresa you'd have to keep on, and you'd fire Melissa.
Perry, who do you think they're gonna?
Well, I mean, how can you have her brother on and you minus the wife?
Yeah.
I mean, can Bravo force a damn divorce? But you know what, though? I mean, I asked that question, but money can force any damn thing.
True.
Mark, who do you think Andy's gonna get rid of?
I think that he would end up getting rid of Melissa. Unfortunately, that is Teresa's show. It always has been. And she will end that on her own, I think. She'll come to a conclusion with him, but he's not going to force anybody over Teresa. I think in order to compensate, he may give to Melissa a little nothing spinoff with her and Joe for a few seasons. But,
not a spinoff.
A little something, Joe walking around the house with no shirt, building a house. I don't know, something like that. He'll give him a little nothing.
Buying concrete yet again.
Yeah, he'll do something. But he won't get rid of Teresa.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. He loves Teresa. That's her show, so it's really good. You guys, can we do this again tomorrow if I have more news?
I'm here.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's do it. All right, you guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. I wanted to thank my panel. Oh my God, I have the best panel on the internet. So funny. Everybody. Also, thank you for your super chat. You don't have to support the channel. You do. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys back in about 3 hours. Let's say bye, everybody, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.